The Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, yesterday held a meeting with grassroots leaders from Bungoma County in Sugoi. Now, this is what the Deputy President updated on his official Facebook page. Parliament must work with the relevant government bodies and take calculated interventions to get the country back on track through fast-tracking of people-centered legislations like the NHIF Act and Housing Act. This will guarantee millions of Kenyans employment and access to affordable medical care. In Sugoi, Uasin Gishu County, met grassroots leaders from Bungoma. Present were Governor Jackson Mandago, John Waluke, Fred Kapondi, Dan Wanyama, Didmas Baraza, Muabu Mabonga, Benjamin Washiali, and Boni Halwale. Others were Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndindi Njoro, Njuguna Wanjiku, and Caleb Kositanyi. And then after that meeting, the Deputy President then embarked on a tour of Bungoma County and held two rallies. The first rally was in, actually from Uasin Gishu, he held a rally in Kipkaren. That's actually one of the borders between Uasin Gishu and Bungoma. Then another one was in Kimilili, and another one was in Chwele in Kabuchai constituencies. Now, something very interesting, during these stopover tours, according to what he again posted on his timeline, the members of parliament present were only John Waluke, Fred Kapondi, Majimbo Kalasinga, Dan Wanyama, Didmas Baraza, Muambu Mabona, Benjamin Washiali, and former Senator Boni Halwale. Now, during these stopovers, the members of parliament from the Kikuyu nation were missing. So I want us to try and dissect the political objectives of this meeting, especially the stopovers by the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let us dive into the matter straight. The Deputy President had a fantastic day yesterday. From the photos from the ground in Bungoma, the Deputy President drew huge crowds. And even in his speech, he delivered a well-crafted message to the people. Just listen very briefly to the DP addressing meeting in Chwele and again a meeting in Kimilili.
Wakati tulikuja hapa tuliwauzia program inaitwa Big 4. Si ndio? Tukasema tutafanya housing, vijana wapate kazi. Tutaweka pesa kwa kilimo na tutafutie wakulima soko. Tutafanya mambo ya universal health coverage ndio tupunguze gharama yenu ya matibabu. Si mnajua hivyo? Lakini wakati ule mtu ya kitendawili alitutembelea, akakuja na mazingaombwe. Sasa mnaona Jubilee imesambaratika. Mko na habari hamuna habari? Sasa ile Jubilee inapigwa mnada, yani auction. Inataka kuuziwa mtu ya kitendawili. Na ndio sisi tumesema watu wa Kimilini, watu wa Kimilili hapa hawana nafasi ya kitendawili, wakwende kabisa bure. Kenya kwani ni ya watu wachache? Hapana. Na hapo ndio mimi nimekwama. Na watajua hawajui. Ama ni aje? Watajua? Watajua? Hiyo madharau yao hiyo. Na hiyo kiburi wako naye. Mimi nataka niwaambie uchaguzi huu tutamalizana na hawa watu wa kiburi na madharau. Kwa sababu tutaweka serikali ya mahasla ambayo inaelewa lugha ya mtu mdogo katika taifa letu la Kenya. Tumeelewana jameni?
Now, that's the DP. And you can clearly tell that he had a very good day. And just as a by the way, it seems the leadership from the larger Western Kenya have decided that for them, they're not going to put any demands for the DP to appoint one of them as the running mate. Because I have looked at the list of those who accompanied the DP. I don't think any of them can. But what was the objective of this particular trip by the DP? Because if you've been following the DP, how he conducts his activities, a delegation normally goes to Karen or you go to Sugoi. Like in this case, these Bungoma leaders were transported to Sugoi. In normal circumstance, after the Sugoi meeting, it would have ended there. But it was clear that the DP was going to traverse the places based on the mobilization, which I got wind of actually a day before. Because remember the other day I told you I was going to Kimilili. Actually I was in Webuye and I was also in Kimilili and Kitale. So I knew about this particular trip. But what was the objective? The first objective of this trip is actually a reaction to Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja. You know, for a long time, the deputy president has been campaigning in this country alone. And he was kind of overrunning everybody. Then Raila Odinga came up with Azimio la Umoja. And he's been using this Azimio la Umoja to pass his message. He was in Kakamega, and the way Azimio la Umoja is designed is that Raila Odinga attends a meeting, town hall meeting, then after that meeting, then he leaves and addresses the people on his way. Now, that's exactly how this particular meeting in Sugoi was designed. The DP addressed the leadership from Bungoma, the grassroots leaders from Bungoma. Then from Bungoma, from Sugoi, then from Sugoi, he started now addressing roadside meetings until Bungoma, Kimilili, Chwele. So I think the DP has now decided that is now going to start kind of something similar to Azimio la Umoja, where he meets the people, and then after meeting them, he addresses the ordinary citizens outside there. The second objective, in my view, is that the DP wanted to send a signal that is willing to work with Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. Musalia Mudavadi is still giving him problems. But for Weta, I think the DP has won Weta to his camp. And I'm going to do another video why I strongly believe Moses Wetangula has joined William Samoei Ruto. Now, at one point where these guys were is at Chwele Market. And at Chwele Market, let me just read for you what the DP posted. At Chwele Market, at Chwele Market, no, he just shared the photo. But at Chwele Market, these guys were joined by Majimbo Kalasinga. Who is Majimbo Kalasinga? Majimbo Kalasinga is the member of parliament for Kabuchai. That's where Moses Wetangula comes from, Kabuchai. And this is a member of parliament who was just elected the other day on Ford Kenya ticket. And his presence there was actually meant to send a message. Because if the DP had gone to Sugoi, Kalasinga was missing in Sugoi. Then the DP went to Chwele Market. Then he was there. And I've seen Ford Kenya have actually issued a statement disowning Kalasinga. But the fact is, the message is home. Moses Wetangula is likely to go. Wait for my next video on that. The third thing, which I think the DP wanted to achieve by this trip, is the perception that is giving too much attention to the Kikuyu nation. I want to challenge you to just go to William Ruto's Facebook page or even Twitter the past 2 weeks. Just check where he's gone to church, the people he has met, the groups, if they're business people, from where, the leaders who has been around him the past, just take even 2 months. You'll realize that the DP was actually under what I can call control of the people or of the leaders from the larger Mount Kenya region. He's always in Murang'a, Kirinyaga, meeting Kiambu businessmen, small traders from Nairobi, but in quotes, just Kikuyus. So there was this perception which was being created that the deputy president is turning out to be a president of the Kikuyu and a president of the Kalenjin. And remember, as much as people like Kimani Ichung'wah, Ndindi Nyoro, Susan Kika, and the rest paid the price for supporting the DP, in the larger Western Kenya, people like Ben Washiali also paid the same price. So the DP, I think, went there just to try and create a perception that it's not only working with the leaders or for the people of the Kikuyu nation and the Kalenjin nation. And I'm sure and certain in the next meeting, we should expect the DP to go to either Mombasa or something. Because let's face it, the deputy president and his bid for presidency is pegged on 2 things. Number 1, winning the support from the Kikuyu nation. If that one is going to slip, then the DP will be done completely. Then he's also hoping to get the support of the larger Western Kenya. And they believe that for Western Kenya, they'll just buy people tea, ugali, and mandazi, and it will be done. So it's creating the perception that it's now moving out of that Kikuyu control. And number 4, I think the DP also wants to continue sustaining the visibility. If there's one thing which you have to give to William Samoei Ruto, is the fact that he has sustained his presence and visibility for the last 4 years. Not a single week can pass without you seeing the DP either holding meetings in Karen or somewhere. And you see, it was becoming boring to keep on seeing the DP meeting the same people in Karen, leaving Karen, going to Murang'a, a change was good for him. And I think he just wanted to maintain that visibility. And the choice of Bungoma, in my view, was good for him. Because remember, Bungoma is controlled by Moses Wetangula. The entry of the DP in Bungoma is going to complicate equations there. And also remember, there's also the presence of Raila Odinga in Bungoma. So the choice of Bungoma, in my view, was very good for the DP. The fact that it also borders Rift Valley, in my view. And lastly, I also tend to think that the deputy president move to go to Western is informed by 2 factors. The first factor is Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi is keen on running for the presidency. But Musalia Mudavadi is not moving in Western Kenya the way he ought to have been doing. That's one. The second factor is Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga enjoyed the support of the larger Western Kenya in the last election. So the DP is hoping that if Raila Odinga is going to lose ground there, he would want those people to support him. And Raila Odinga is also serious about sustaining the support from that region. So the DP is moving on, knowing so well that it's going to face Raila and it's going to face Mudavadi. So it's going there to fight. And that's why the results in Kabuchai and the results in Matungu can actually help you understand what is really going on in the larger Western Kenya region. I don't know what you think. That's my take. In my next video, if I find time, I hope to dissect for you guys why I strongly believe that Moses Masika Wetangula, the Ford Kenya party leader, is headed to William Ruto's camp, and how that's going to play out for Musalia Mudavadi and even for Raila Odinga. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts on these matters. And for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.